morning, wonderful world, beautiful people. I managed to get up early this morning. Grandkids are in bed at home. My gorgeous wife is in bed. The dogs are downstairs. And I managed to get out really early. It's just on the door of 6 o'clock now. And I've already been on the old bicycle for about 15 minutes to get up here. So somewhere around 5:45 I left home this morning. Because I wanted to come up to Minor. And have a talk with you, seeing as I'm in a better frame of mind today. I want to talk to you today about bullies. What are bullies? Some people like to portray an image that a bully is sort of like somebody who sounds a bit like me, a bit forceful in their ways. But I postulate an alternative hypothesis. Cop that lot. I've got a different opinion is what that means. Mr. Swan over there behind me. I don't think a bully is necessarily a common speaking person at all, although they can be, and a lot are. That is undoubtedly true. But I don't think that's particularly what the definition of a bully is. I'll give you an example. Corporations can be bullies. Not giving you any option, any choice, forcing you down a certain path. I'm a N-Power customer. I'll name the company. I think what they've done is outrageous. Been an N-Power customer for 20 years or more. In 4 or 5 different addresses. Whatever the customer of that, whatever the supplier of that address has been, I've swapped to N-Power. I got a letter last month. You're being thrown off of our customer list and being given to Eon. Now, I don't know whether those companies have merged. I don't know. I don't care. Not interested. It's bullying. Never had the opportunity to say anything different. Never had the opportunity to give my opinion. Bullying. Now, when I was at school, I've told you before, I went to a school you had to pay to go to. And on the way to that school, I used to get chased by the kids. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. I used to get chased by the kids from the local comprehensive for being, what the term was then was, blue knob. Because the school used to have little blue berets on their heads, and it made us look like blue knobs. So that's what we got teased for being. But that was a bit of playfulness, really. A bit of playfulness. They throw rocks at us maybe now and again, not very often. And just a bit of sport from the local kids, really. I don't even think they meant any harm by it. I've met a couple of them as adults. No malice. No, the bullying went on after I'd got to school. The bullying went on after I got to school. Because at school, I was a day bug. Now that bullying, oh, that was real. That was real, it was relentless. It was non-stop. I was always and forever looked down upon because I didn't sleep in the school. I went home every night, which made me a day bug, you see. And none of those bullies had an accent like mine. They all spoke very, very well, had very good diction. Raised properly, as you might say, with some of them actually had blue blood in their veins. Now, look at all them ducks, look. Just getting up. Morning, ducks. Bless them. Anyway, they do a lot of bullying. They pick on each other, don't they? All birds. That's why they called it the pecking order. Eh? The ones that peck the most. And the ones that get out the top and get the best food, I suppose. That's in the natural world, that has to be done. But in that public school, it didn't have to be done. They didn't have to pick on a kid who was already struggling, who had already been picked on a bit on his way to school. Bullies. Governments are bullies sometimes. They force their will onto the people. This thing with the masks at the moment. They're not doing much of a thing of education. Are they? Not much education about it. It's just mandatory. You will do this or you will be fined. Now I'm not an anti-masker. I will mask up in a shop when I'm in close proximity with people, because I like to think I'm educated, and I do like to think, as much as people like to say it's an hoax, I don't want to catch the hoax. This bloody virus that's plaguing us at the minute. I don't want to catch it. I don't want to be around anybody who's caught it. Bullying. Governments bully people. Corporations bully people. People bully people. Very often, you'll find, especially with street kids, like I was, you'll find that sort of level of bullying comes out of the bully's own weakness and insecurities. There was one at school, at my primary school, prolific bully. And it turned out that come from his dad. His dad used to pick on him and bully him and tell him he weren't nothing. Always be slapping him, telling him he had to man up. Eh? And so he went to school and used to pick on everybody that he thought he could get away with picking on. It's a different type of bullying, I think. Different type of bullying. I don't think there's necessarily a conscious decision involved there to go around picking on anybody. See that Erin over there? Stood stock still. Just like a statue. So yeah, I don't think that it's particularly conscious down on that level. What is conscious is the ones that, like I said at the start, your corporations, your governments. People go into meetings, boardrooms, sit round tables and discuss how they're going to bully people. But getting back to the kid who used to bully at primary school, Joey, I'll not say a surname because he might still be about. But Joey used to get picked on by his dad and his older brother Bill. Used to pick on him. He was my mate at primary school. Lost touch with him at about 11 years old. Because when you go off to the other school, to Wellington School as I went to, you pretty much lose touch with all the other kids that you went to primary school with. They like to try and, both sides of the divide, make out you're an elite. When you go to them public schools, they like to tell you you're better than everybody else. And if you don't go to one of them schools, you like to treat people that do as if they're better. I don't mean with reverence all the time. Sometimes it's with disdain, even hatred. But it's still acknowledging or promoting this nonsense that people are better because they get educated somewhere else. Doesn't make anybody any better. It just means that you might know more words for it. That's all. So yeah, bullying ruins people. Ruins people. Ruins the bully as well, to be fair, on a personal level. Not the corporate government thing, but on a personal level it ruins the bully. Because they get a feeling that they can't be liked, loved, wanted, respected by anybody. They can only get what they want by going around and bullying people. And it goes on into adult life. It's not a good thing, bullying. I've been a bully. And I've been bullied. And I hope that I will never forcefully push my will onto anybody again. Because it ain't nice. It ain't nice. Like I said, I have been a bully. I have picked on people. And for the same reason, like I said earlier, my mate Joey. Mine was the same. It was a position of weakness on my part. I felt weak and insecure. Got into situations where I wanted to force myself onto other people. Force my will and opinion onto other people. And it ain't good. But I'm here, and I'm alive, and I thank God that I've survived it. And managed to make reparations with some of the people that I picked on and all. Part of me 12 steps when I first stopped the drinking. So there's the message, there's the story. I think it's gone for corporations and governments. I think it's there's no helping them, there's no protecting them, there's no educating them to stop doing it. But on a personal level, I think you can. I think you can. The bullied people need to stand up together. If you're being bullied at work, stand up, make it public. They're right enough. On a physical level, you might get a dig or two now and again. But refuse to go down. Refuse to stay down. Refuse to be put down, subjugated, to be made to be the scapegoat. Just refuse. I don't know how to say to... It's not about growing a pair. It's just about... And it's always going to hurt. It's always going to hurt getting a slap, being put down, verbally or physically. Always going to hurt. Of course it is. But it's how you bounce back from it. Oh, there you go. I knew if I hung about long enough... I think I've swallowed a fly or something on that trail, you know. Excuse me. I know if I hung about long enough I'd catch that heron flying. I hope it's picked it up. So, here we are. It ain't much of a sunrise. Bit cloudy still. But it ain't raining. It ain't raining. Oh, I did get the hump yesterday. Opened the back door, got myself all dressed, ready to go out on my bike and have a run. No, it was dog walking I was going to do yesterday morning. To give Margina a lie-in. I was going to take the dogs out. Opened the back door, chucking it down the rain. I did a little few seconds of video and put it on Facebook. Not really that proud of it, to be fair, because it's like whinging. And I do try and not promote whinging. But I was fed up with the weather. So, bullying. Don't be a bully. Don't allow yourself to be bullied. Go out into the world and occupy your space. We all belong here. Every one of us. We all belong here. Even the bullies. Even the bullies. They belong here. It's their behaviour that don't. You understand? Don't wish anybody any harm. If somebody's bullying you, wish for their behaviour to stop. That's it. I'm going to go and get on with my day now. I hope you lovely people get on with yours. I've missed some of you. I'm not going to name any names, but names have dropped off my list. People I used to talk to every day. They're going through their own little problems and traumas. I've heard from a couple saying that they're staying away for a bit. But do come back. Let us know, because we're a little community, aren't we? We build each other up. And if you go away when you're feeling poorly, it leaves the rest of us wanting. So get back in touch. Be in touch. Have a good day. Mind out with them bullies. I love you all. Tell somebody you love them. Ta-da. Me again. Just thought I would do a little pan round from up here at the Miner at Silver Hill Summit. The chimney you can see there, that's Plesley Colliery. A little bit further behind it, to the right there. Power stations. But it's the sunrise. It's the Cottingham power station. It's the sunrise that I was getting to show you. It just looks lovely. Little fingers of light coming down through the clouds there. Amazing. Highest part of Nottinghamshire. That's it. That's what I wanted to show you. You all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.